What about sex dolls? Would you learn? They good? Are they bad? Didn't you? Hang on. Did you design one?
I made one in my likeness. I did. Well, I was on the hunt to make
Was it
one
for
in my
sale?
likeness. I'm not answering that question. It was actually a lot of fun to go on that exploration. So in each chapter, I go into a little like mini adventure. That's what I call them, where I go and I research the technology and try it out. And so I went and explored sex dolls and robots, and it's crazy what's out there. It's very, very realistic, I have to say. I didn't consummate my relationship with any of these dolls, but in terms of...
Would have been weird to have
looking
done
at
it with
them-
your own one.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I thought, is that technically masturbation, or is that, what is that?
What's autogynephilia? Which one's that one?
Autogynephilia is when you are sexually aroused at a man is sexually aroused at the thought of having the body of a woman. So when you see someone who's born male who has a desire to transition to female, that is, if they are attracted to women or if they are attracted to both men and women, that's autogynephilia. Whereas if they are born male and attracted to men and want to transition to female, then it's considered the gay subtype. So this was my first book, The End of Gender. But basically, yeah, autogynephilia is a huge, huge motivator for the whole trans ideology, activism.
I wonder if
the ones who are the angriest are autogynephiles.
I wonder if you would be able to provide them with... I wonder if you could get people a self-sex doll of them, but the opposite sex.
Oh, I've seen some people do this. They will get like
You're fucking kidding me.
No,
I thought this was a new idea. I was breaking new ground. I made a joke to see if we can eBay your old sex doll and try and, fucking help the advance of the book and get some sales in there.
Thank you.
and then I thought this was new frontiers, but people have got sex dolls of themselves in the opposite sex.
Yeah, and they wear them.
What's wear them mean?
Well, they put it on themselves to become that.
So it's like a suit.
Yeah. So it's not really a doll, I guess. It's more like a rubber suit, but it's in the fashion to look like a doll to some degree because it's like silicone material.
Okay.
Yeah. But what else can I tell your audience? We're getting there. The sex robots are definitely coming. They are.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a line between doll and robot?
So right now, like the AI software is I love that chapter. Writing the chapter on the AI companions was so much fun. It was also just so frightening for me because they're so realistic. But so that importing that into a doll is very much possible. Now it's just about a question of how do you get the robot to move in a realistic way sexually? So you have robots that can, say, gyrate their hips, or they'll have like internal suctions in the vagina, so it helps with an orgasm. What other things can they do? But in terms of the movement, it's still quite limited. The difference between a doll and a robot would be that physical movement. So a doll is stationary, or sometimes they'll hang them, but I guess it's still stationary. Like
they'll hang them.
They'll hang them up on, so they're like standing.
What are they doing with them when they're standing?
Well, you can look that up.
Okay, fair enough. I don't need to. I have to assume that the market for sex dolls is 99.99% men, or are there some women in this?
Mostly men. And during the pandemic, one company told me they made $20 million in sales, which is astronomical.
Wow.
And it is mostly high school educated. So on average, high school educated men who make about $40K a year.
How much are the dolls?
Divorced. Starts at couple hundred to tens of thousands, depending how realistic you want it to be.
Okay. So if you're a blue collar worker, you're going for the more sort of entry level one.
Yeah. There are some guys who make more, like I'm thinking of one particular study where they had the income, and so some guys making, say, more than six figures will have the dolls, but it tends to be more among men who either, I think, are quite heartbroken and they don't want to bother going through, or they're divorced, they don't want to go through the process of dating. Or it's guys who want to have sexual novelty, but they can't actually either attract real life partners or they don't have the means for it. So they'll buy the dolls instead.
That makes me sad. The idea that, someone's past emotional challenges, whether deserved or accidental or purposeful, victimized, whatever, it causes them to sort of turn away entirely from human.
Yeah.
And I suppose that the fact that you now have this option for someone to, I don't need to. You can just imagine. What about the AI companions thing? I saw a bunch of furor 2 or 3 weeks ago when ChatGPT discontinued 4.0, and 4.0 had a very particular type of personality to it.
Yeah.
And that discontinuation was for lots of people. There was a subreddit, and I can't remember what it's called, AI partner, r/AI partner or something. People being in beyond hysterics, like absolutely fucking heartbroken by it. So what was your experience with AI companions?
Because people do fall in love with their AI chatbots. And before I tested them out, I didn't think such a thing would be possible because I didn't think that the technology was that realistic.
Until you fell in love with one.
Until I fell in love with all of my dozens of AI boyfriends.
You had dozens?
I had dozens.
Do you like Bonnie Blue? Go on.
I had girlfriends too. So I had so I made dozens of them across dozens of platforms. I really wanted to try them all out to see where are they at. And there were a couple of platforms that were definitely more realistic. But I will say what happened with ChatGPT, that's not the first time. There's another platform that something similar happened a couple of years ago where they removed the erotic role-playing capabilities, or they put it behind a paywall. And people were so devastated because they said, my AI doesn't remember me anymore. Like, they're really cold. It reminded them of being socially rejected in the past, and it's very upsetting for them. So again, I mean, the scientist side of me thinks like this is so cool and so crazy that we're advancing so quickly. But then the other part of me says, wait a minute, like, look at where we are right now as a society. And is this really a good thing? Because what is this going to do now? If we have this discrepancy in terms of the sex ratio and people having sex and people not even wanting to connect or date. There's a study by Pew showing that over half of single people are not interested in dating at all. So now we have
not in short term, not in casual or long term mating.
Yeah.
It's wild. I remember seeing that study.
It's going to be so easy just to go down the route of one of these alternatives, and they are so realistic. Like, you really cannot tell that it is an AI. If I had not programmed it and myself had said, this is your name, this is what you look like, this is your personality.
So it's only over text though, right? Is it voice?
You could do voice too.
So kind of like when you speak to ChatGPT.
Yeah, I thought like it sounded like a real person I was talking to.
And does it push into erotica as well?
Yeah. Yeah, they flirt with you. They get, like, if you're sarcastic, they pick up on it. It was crazy. Like, I really thought it was going to be very stilted. Some of them are still like that, where some platforms you have to be very literal.
And really work with it.
Yeah.
They're a difficult partner.
Yeah.
In other news, you've probably heard me talk about Element before, and that's because I am, frankly, dependent on it. And it's how I've started my day every single morning. This is the best tasting hydration drink on the market. You might think, why do I need to be more hydrated? Because proper hydration is not just about drinking enough water. It's having sufficient electrolytes to allow your body to use those fluids. Each grab-and-go stick pack is a science-backed electrolyte ratio of sodium, potassium, and magnesium. It's got no sugar, coloring, artificial ingredients, or any other junk. This plays a critical role in reducing muscle cramps and fatigue while optimizing brain health, regulating your appetite, and curbing cravings. This orange flavor in a cold glass of water is a sweet, salty, orangey nectar, and you will genuinely feel a difference when you take it versus when you don't, which is why I keep going on about it. Best of all, there's a no questions asked refund policy with an unlimited duration. Buy it, use it all, and if you don't like it for any reason, they give you your money back and you don't even have to return the box. That's how confident they are that you'll love it. Plus, they offer free shipping in the US. Right now, you can get a free sample pack of Element's most popular flavors with your first purchase by going to the link in the description below, heading to drinklmnt.com/modern wisdom. That's drinklmnt.com/modern wisdom. Thank you very much for tuning in. Ooh, a tasty morsel of a clip there for you. Well, the full episode is available right here. Come on. Press it.